when we saw what happened at Tumbler Ridge, a really terrible tragedy. But seeing like all media outlets saying she, and this woman, and same like recently I went
The
to see
shooter person, the
yeah,
police?
no, but I went to see my hairdresser, and she thought that the person who killed was actually a woman.
Of course she did, because that's what the news
Because
was telling her. Like, of
exactly.
course.
But
And
imagine, like, when you can't actually name what it is, and our media purposely lie to the citizens saying that it was a woman, I find that outrageous. But talking about trans violence, recently you actually published like another murder.
yes, that's right. So the body or the investigative footage has come out, and there's a very concerning clip. But just to talk about it briefly, this child, a female who identifies as a boy, brutally killed her mother and her mother's boyfriend. And it seems that the reason would be because mother was misgendering her. Let's take a listen.
You're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like,
okay,
you're not a real boy and blah 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 and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
she doesn't approve of your lifestyle, she doesn't approve of that.
Would you say
she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
Okay. Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, you know, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or not referring to you as Jasper and referring you as Julia?
Julia tells detectives Kelly was unsupportive of her lifestyle and that it sparked many arguments.
What is it that you're doing or that she's doing that's not fair to you?
Well,
I think it's repeating now.
Yeah.
So much concern there. But what stood out to me, that's Julia Elgler from Florida, who goes by Julian or something like that. But what stood out to me is she's even admitting that mom tried. Like, mom tried to meet her in the middle, you know, with her delusions. And it seems that would be the most contentious issue that possibly led to this murder. It's sick.
And I'm sorry, but she didn't look like sad that much. That actually frightened me. I'm sorry, you can't actually decide to kill someone because someone is misgendering, because I'm sorry, they didn't, because you are a girl, and you can't actually force someone to adopt the pronoun that you decide that you are going to use. And sometimes I'm being called like Mr. because I have like a deep voice, and I'm not going to get crazy over this.
Who's calling you Mister? I think this is undercover Antifa posing as real people.
I just don't care. I just don't care, you know? Like, but
look like a guy.
Where are we going if like those people feel emboldened to start killing people who are just misgendering?
Well, and as she's explaining that, and for context, this is her before she's admitted to killing. Later on, she does admit that it was her. They already know it's her. It's quite obvious if you watch the full thing, and they're just hearing her out. But she calls it transphobia. She says, sometimes mom would misgender me, and that's transphobia. That is not transphobia. That's not fear of trans people. I mean, imagine being a parent who's raised your kid as they are, and then all of a sudden they, get this radical gender dysphoria. Any parent's going to struggle. Some parents, if they have more than one kid, they're accidentally calling the other kid the kid. Like, that is not transphobia. That is, number one, you're struggling with your gender, your identity, and mom's trying to come around and navigate that. And even if she still calls you her child, that's not hate. Your parent loves you. And this is what people in the lives that say they care for trans youth need to tell these kids before more people are killed. They need to say, no, no, no. Your mom and the people who disagree with you, they love you. They don't agree that you should have this type of care, but they're doing that out of concern. That's what they believe, and it's okay for you to have a different belief. But because we keep, the left in particular keeps labeling this hate, that is what I believe is at the root of the disproportional rates of trans violence.
Exact. And it's not going to stop, because I don't know if you saw the same thing than me, but in recent days, we saw a lot of trans violence emerging from the US and in Canada. And I would say that if we are not starting addressing the issue of not giving hormone and all those chemicals to our children, it's not going to stop. They are getting radicalized online. They are fomenting that violence, that that madness, but also like they are so mad all the time. They are mad at everything. They are mad if you're not calling them correctly. They are mad if they don't have access to this. They are mad if they don't have, like, I don't know, like their ID being changed properly, like the non-binary one X. That is actually from my perspective, it's actually a national threat. If we cannot know if you're a man or a boy in your passport or in your ID, I think that is actually, that can be a danger for our society. Like example, it's X, and we know that this person, we have the ID, but we don't know who is actually committing a shooting. I don't know. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It's an X, so just be aware.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
you
And
know, like,
with Tumblr Ridge, it was a dead giveaway when they're like, the shooter was wearing a brown dress. It's like, what woman is going to go shoot anything in a dress? Like, women don't shoot in dresses. Like, that's not what we do. So that was a dead
but
giveaway. But
woman doesn't commit mass shooting
no,
neither.
no. And letting males into female prisons, we're seeing an actual disproportionate rate of it. It looks like an increase in violence that's committed by women because they're actually putting them into the prisons, and of course, sexual abuse and things like that too.